My name is Emily Fisher, and my unit plan is about creating meaningful art with non-traditional materials. This unit will be for my 5th grade students, and it contains 4 lessons that will span over the course of 9 class sessions. The enduring theme is that artists can create works of art that are meaningful by using non-traditional materials. Students do not need to have or enjoy conventional art-making materials or processes to create works of art that are meaningful and important to them. Here's a list of the next generation Sunshine State standards for 5th grade visual arts. My first lesson will last 2 class sessions and will focus on Andy Goldsworthy inspired nature sculptures. The enduring ideas and essential questions revolve around the artistic process, incorporating nature in art while still being respectful of it, and creating artwork inspired by an artist without copying them. Here are some examples of Goldsworthy's works. In the first class session, students will be introduced to the artist and concepts and receive a teacher-made planning sheet. During the second session, students will gather their materials from nature, create their nature sculptures, have a photo of their work taken, then return their materials back to nature. We will end with a wrap-up discussion about the process from start to finish. The second lesson will last 2 class sessions and will be about yarn drawing. The enduring theme and essential questions focus on creating illustrations without using traditional drawing tools. We will talk about fiber arts and creating art by making deliberate choices. Here are some examples of work from fiber artists that the students will study. During the first session, students will be introduced to the artist and the lesson. They will then sketch their ideas on paper. During the next class session, the students will follow their sketches to create drawings out of yarn. We will have a wrap-up discussion about fiber arts, using texture in art, and creating non-traditional illustrations. The third lesson in my unit will take 3 class sessions and will focus on creating art from recycled materials and found objects. The enduring ideas and essential questions are about reducing and reusing materials, using found objects, creating material culture, and artistic choices and processes. Here are some examples of recycled material and found object artists that the students will study. During the first class session, students will be introduced to the artists of study, will sketch out their ideas, and will write a list of materials that they want to collect by the next session. In the second session, students will come with their materials and they'll be able to use the communal recycled materials and found objects to begin their work. They will choose to create either a 2D or 3D work of art and will save their work in a designated location for the following class session. During the third class session, the students will complete their works and they will write a paragraph reflecting on the artistic process, why they chose their materials, and what they are trying to communicate through their works. The final project in this unit will take 2 class sessions and will focus on experimenting with paints. The enduring ideas and essential questions are about creating paintings without always using paint or paintbrushes, using everyday materials to create meaningful works of art, and experimenting with new methods and media. During the first class session, the teacher will have 4 different stations set up. The first station will have paints with Q-tips and paper, and students can create a painting with their hands or the Q-tips. The second station will have paints made from coffee, tea, and fruits. Students will experiment with painting by using different natural paints on paper. The third station will have shaving cream and watercolor set up so that students can create paper marbling. The fourth station will have tinfoil, washable markers, and water so that students can print color on their paper rather than painting it in a way that still looks like watercolor paints. During the second session, students will choose one form of the non-traditional painting and will create a meaningful work of art in that method. They will then write a paragraph about their artistic choices, their artistic process, and the message they want to convey through their art. Each of my lessons focus on the concept of creating meaningful art using non-traditional materials, and I believe it will help my students thrive, even if they do not have the materials or passion to create traditional works of art using traditional materials. Thank you.